In a previous video, we looked at the fact that we could not ping 2.2 from 1.2. And we said that's because of the routing table here in router 1. Let's take another look at that. Here's that routing table, and you notice there's no 192.168.2 anywhere on here. So this router doesn't know what to do with that packet. It also has no gateway of last resort to send it to. So we're going to remedy this situation by telling this router what port to send a packet out of if it needs to get to 192.168.2. All right, let's set, this is called setting a static route, by the way, and a static route is manually configured. So first we need to get into configure terminal, and then we'll type the command IP route 192.168.2.0, and the network is a 255.255.255.0. It's a /24, and we need to send that traffic out of, let's see here, S001. S001. So if I need to get to 192.168.2 network, remember, routers don't know anything about individual IP addresses. They only know about networks, other than the ones that are attached to them directly. So send it out of that interface. There we go. Now it says that we don't have a default gateway, which we don't. But let's take a look at the routing table now. Show IP route. And now you see we have an S. If we look at S up here, it means static. So we have a static route that says to get to the 192.168. Oops, I see I mistyped that. 169 instead of 168. We need to correct that. So let's correct that. First of all, I'm going to get rid of this static route. No IP route 192.169, which is the incorrect one. 2.0, 255, 255, 255, 0. Inconsistent. Oh, because I forgot a 5 there. There we go. And now we'll put it back in, but this time we will make it 168 like we should have done the first time. Oh, it's trying to delete it because I didn't take the no out of there. Okay, it says incomplete command. That's because I didn't tell it where to send it. And that was what? S001. There we go. Now we should have it. Let's do that show route again. Show IP route. And now we have a static route here that says in order to get to 192.168.2.0 network, go out of serial 001. So now you would think maybe that ping will be successful to get over to here. So let's try it and see. Ping 192.168.2.2. And it's not going through. What's going on? Oh, look at this. We got a request timed out. Now, wait a minute. Before, didn't we get a different message? Didn't we get a message that said destination host unreachable? Well, why is this different? Well, the difference between those two error messages is destination host unreachable means I don't know how to get there. So I don't know where that address is, so I can't send this ping. Request timed out means, well, I sent it there, but it didn't respond. So what's going on here? Why didn't it respond? As a matter of fact, let's take a look here at the simulation. I'm going to turn this on outside of the outside of your view here so that you won't be able to see it here. But now I'm going to go ahead and send that ping again, 192.168.2.2, and this time I'm going to watch this packet in the simulator. Let me turn the speed up a little bit. and then see where it goes. So here we go. I'm going to click the go button. It goes up to the switch, up to router 1. Okay, it's going on here, so it knew to send it out here. Send it to the switch, up to the PC. Okay, it came back, so it looks like it's going just fine. Oh, right here is where our problem is. So what's the problem? Well, the return message, let me turn this thing off now. The return message didn't know where to send it. So remember that the source address of that packet was 192.168.1, which means when this ping returns, its source address now becomes the destination address, 192.168.1, and it got to this router, and this router says, I don't know where 192.168.1 is. So the first time, it didn't even get past this router. This time it got past the routers, but it didn't know how to get back. So we need to set a route also for this one. So let's also set a static route here on this router. We'll get into configure terminal. And now I'm going to set the static route IP route 192.168.1.0, and that's a /24 down here. 255, 255, 255, 0. Now this time I'm going to switch it up. Rather than saying out of this interface, whatever that interface is, I'm going to say send it to this IP address, 192.168.6.1. So 192.168.6.1. And you can do it either way. Both ways work. So let's take a look now at this routing table. And now we have a static address 192.168.0.1 via 192.168.6.1. Now notice over here, because the way I typed it in, it said via serial 001. So you can go either way and it should work. Now let's try our ping again. 2.2, and look at that, our ping is successful. Both routers now know how to get the packet from one side to the other because they know where the other network is. So that's setting a static route. In the next video then, we will take a look at setting the default route.